In the scorching deserts of ancient Judea, there lived a man who feared no king. His name was John the Baptist, a wild prophet clothed in camel's hair, crying out in the wilderness for people to repent. But John made a fatal mistake. He spoke truth to power. His target? Herod Antipas, ruler of Galilee, and Herod's wife, Herodias, a woman whose very existence beside him was forbidden. Herodias had been married to Herod's own brother, but she abandoned that marriage to be with Herod Antipas. This wasn't just scandal. This was a direct violation of God's law. And to make it even more twisted, Herodias was the niece of both her husbands. John the Baptist could not stay silent. Again and again, he publicly condemned their union. "It is not lawful for you to have her," he declared. And Herodias, she never forgot. The Bible tells us she held a grudge against John. She wanted him dead, but Herod himself was strangely fascinated by the prophet. He knew John was righteous. He even enjoyed listening to him. And Herod was afraid of him. So Herodias waited. She watched. She nursed her hatred like a flame in the darkness. Then came Herod's birthday, a lavish banquet filled with nobles and military commanders. Wine flowed freely. Inhibitions lowered. Herodias' daughter Salome entered the room and danced before the king. The performance was so captivating that Herod, drunk on wine and pride, made a reckless oath. "Ask me for anything you want, and I'll give it to you even up to half my kingdom." Salome slipped away to consult her mother. And Herodias saw her chance. "Ask for the head of John the Baptist," she whispered, "on a platter." The shock when Salome returned with that request must have been deafening. Even Herod was horrified, but he had made his oath in front of everyone. His pride wouldn't let him back down. And so, in a prison cell beneath the palace, a blade fell. John's severed head was brought in on a platter, presented to the dancing girl who carried it to her mother. Herodias had won. She had destroyed the man who dared to speak against her. But here's what should chill you to the bone. John came in the spirit of the ancient prophet Elijah. And just as Queen Jezebel had hunted Elijah centuries before, now Herodias completed what Jezebel could not. The blood of a prophet stained that platter. Life went on in the palace. The music continued. The wine kept flowing. Herodias got exactly what she wanted. Silence. But legend says that in the ruins of Herod's fortress at Machaerus, where John met his end, you can still hear the echo of a voice crying out in the darkness. A voice that will not be silenced, because you can cut out a man's tongue. You can sever his head from his body, but you cannot kill the truth. And truth has a way of eventually demanding payment.